Do not measure success by today's harvest. Measure success by the seeds you plant today. Like a bird singing in the rain, let grateful memories survive in time of sorrow. You can give without loving, but you can never love without giving. Make up your mind to be happy. Learn to find pleasure in simple things. Be what you are, and become what you are capable of becoming. Everyday courage has few witnesses. But yours is no less noble because no drum beats for you and no crowd shout your name. In each of us, two natures are at war, the good and the evil. All our lives the fight goes on between them, and one of them must conquer. But in our own hands lies the power to choose what we want most to be. We are. The bold may not live long, but the timid never live at all. Keep busy at something. A busy person never has time to be unhappy. The true wisdom is to be always seasonable, and to change with a good grace in changing circumstances. There is nothing but God's grace. We walk upon it, we breathe it, we live and die by it. It makes the nails and axles of the universe. The world has no room for cowards. We must all be ready somehow to toil, to suffer, to die. Politics is perhaps the only profession for which no preparation is thought necessary. To be what we are, and to become what we are capable of becoming, is the only end of life. Keep your fears to yourself, but share your courage with others. It takes hard writing to make easy reading. The cruelest lies are often told in silence. The man is a success who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much, who has gained the respect of intelligent men and the love of children, who has filled his niche and accomplished his task. Who leaves the world better than he found it, whether by an improved copy, a perfect poem, or a rescued soul, who never lacked appreciation of earth's beauty or failed to express it, who looked for the best in others and gave the best he had. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap but by the seeds that you plant. We are all travelers in the wilderness of this world, and the best we can find in our travels is an honest friend. The person who has stopped being thankful has fallen asleep in life. It is not so much for its beauty that the forest makes a claim upon men's hearts, as for that subtle something, that quality of air, that emanation from old trees, that so wonderfully changes and renews a weary spirit. Make the most of the best and the least of the worst. Everybody, soon or late, sits down to a banquet of consequences. You start a question, and it's like starting a stone. You sit quietly on the top of a hill, and away the stone goes, starting others. There comes an end to all things, the most capacious measure is filled at last, and this brief condescension to evil finally destroyed the balance of my soul. All human beings, as we meet them, are commingled out of good and evil, and Edward Hyde, alone, in the ranks of mankind, was pure evil. Under the strain of this continually impending doom and by the sleeplessness to which I now condemned myself, even beyond what I had thought possible to man, I became, in my own person, a creature eaten up and emptied by fever, languidly weak both in body and mind, and solely occupied by one thought, the horror of my other self. She had an evil face, smoothed by hypocrisy, but her manners were excellent. Jekyll had more than a father's interest, Hyde had more than a son's indifference.